Top Notch family, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are going to be doing a playoff preview involving the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. We're also going to be doing all the other teams too. So, if you guys want to stay tuned to that, definitely smash the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and continue to keep liking. Helps my channel grow. Also, we do upload every single day. So, if you guys enjoy NBA content, I definitely appreciate it. If you guys support me for sure. But anyways, let's get back in today's video. So the NBA season's officially over, and today was an amazing basketball day, right? Amazing basketball day for NBA fans in general, because we watched some very, very good basketball, starting off with the Denver Nuggets versus the Houston Rockets. The Denver Nuggets finished off the season needing to win 3 games, and that's how they secure the 4th seed. They beat the Houston Rockets. And yes, the Rockets starters were playing until that mid of the 3rd quarter. Then that's when they rest them. And then obviously for the Clippers and Golden State, that was a very, very big game because the winner goes to the playoffs, and no one wants to be in that playing situation. And the Clippers closed it out 124 to 119. So I'm going to show it to you guys on the screen, just in case if you guys missed the game. So the Clippers right here, they won in OT 124 to 119. Was a very, very fun game. Definitely go check it out. Go check out the highlights. And then for the Denver Nuggets, they won 126 to 111. So when you do look at this matchup right here, the Denver Nuggets do have the home court advantage, which I think definitely plays a factor for sure. Just because playing in Denver, like it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like a lot of players got to get used to it. It takes a little time for sure to get used to it, right? But then when you look at the Denver Nuggets home record, they are, well, before we get to that real quick, right? As you see right here, right, this is kind of the season series for the Clippers and Nuggets. So the Nuggets won the first 2 games, and the Nuggets lost the last 2 games. And each game was pretty close. I mean, the Nuggets did destroy them both, 126 to 103, and then 120 to 98. The Clippers beat them 126 to 122, and then they beat them 109, 104. But I will say the Clippers are a different team, and so are the Denver Nuggets. They're definitely a different team. But going back to the home court advantage for the Denver Nuggets, when we look at the Denver Nuggets record right here, right, they're 26 and 15, right? And the Clippers are a very good home team. They're actually 30 and 11, but when you look at their away record, they're not the greatest, right? They're 20 and 21. And even for Denver, they're solid away too. They're 24 and 17. So this definitely plays a factor. But as you see right here, the Clippers finished off the season on an 8-game win streak. The Denver Nuggets finished off the season on a 3-game win streak. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different. The Denver Nuggets fired their GM in Calvin Booth. They let go of Michael Malone, and they had to win these games. Now, what I will say is this team does look a little bit different. Defensively, it looks like they're giving effort, and that's all the Denver Nuggets needed to do. But offensively, there's different sets, different rotations, and I think that's the reason why the Nuggets have been playing better, and they have been playing playoff teams to get to this 4th seed, right? So very, very, very comparable on both ends, right? Now, when we just look at the defensive ratings for both teams, right? So when we just look at the Denver Nuggets, they're ranked about the 6th, but the Clippers also ranked the 6th. Their defensive rating is about like 109.4, and the Denver Nuggets are about 115.1, right? The Denver Nuggets average about 8 steals a game, 5 blocks, but the Clippers average about close to 10 steals and about 4.5 blocks, right? Opponents' points off turnovers, the Denver Nuggets are at 17.8. The Clippers are at 17.4. Opponent stats second chance, the Denver Nuggets are at 14.8, and the Clippers are at 12.3, right? And so Nuggets do have advantage, but it's very, 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 very similar. Like they're not a crazy advantage or anything like that. What I will say, though, and I will give the Clippers a lot of credit. Like I said, they finished off the season on an 8-game win streak. But look at their record since Kawhi Leonard came back, right? They're 15 and 3. Having a record of 15 and 3 is amazing, especially in a tough Western Conference. And when you just look at the Clippers team overall, I think they have the better roster than the Denver Nuggets, right? You got James Harden playing all-star basketball, who just been putting up amazing numbers. So has Norman Powell, and so has Kawhi Leonard. But Zubac's close to averaging, 17 and 13. A new addition of Bojan Bogdanovic, he can create his own shot coming off the bench. Derrick Jones Jr. is coming off the bench. You know, Chris Dunn is in the starting lineup. Amir Coffey plays a little bit, but they have the guys on this team, right? You know, Ben Simmons is not the greatest, but he does the little things. And I just trust the Clippers bench more than the Denver Nuggets. Now, but what I do trust about the Nuggets more than the Clippers is I think the Denver Nuggets have one of the top starting lineups in the NBA. I really do. With Jamal Murray finally being healthy again, you got Jamal Murray, who was amazing playoff performer. He always steps up if he's not dealing with injuries, right? Christian Brown, who has taken that leap, should be the most improved player. If not, it's kind of crazy to think, right? And then obviously Michael Porter Jr. does have his up and downs, but he's 6'10". He can shoot over anybody, which definitely helps out the Nuggets for sure. Aaron Gordon has been playing amazing basketball. The long ball has been playing, he's been hitting shots. And then, of course, you got the best player in the NBA in Jokic, which that's obviously an advantage for the Nuggets. It doesn't matter if Kawhi Harden's out there. Jokic is better than everybody, right? So the bench units, definitely give it to the Clippers, right? The starting lineup unit, I'm definitely giving to the Nuggets because they've been playing so well together whenever they're healthy. They just didn't really have much of a chance to do it because they've been dealing with all injuries and stuff like that. And then I think the big X factor of this series is going to be Russell Westbrook, right? Russell Westbrook, we all know, has his up and downs. Like, we all know that, right? But ever since he kind of got this new head coach, obviously the intern head coach, he has been playing better in the last 3 games, which definitely has helped them. Well, the last 2 games, I will say, definitely has helped them because the Nuggets rely on Russell Westbrook. Because outside of Russell Westbrook, this is not a very deep team, right? They got Pickett, which don't really trust them too much, right? Then you got Peyton Watson, who can be very, very streaky offensively. Julian Strawther seems like he's out of the rotation. And then you got DeAndre Jordan. Then it kind of gets very, very blah over here. So the Nuggets rely on the starting 5 a lot, and then a couple players coming off the bench. So if Russ can play like he played recently, obviously, which I'm going to show his stats on the screen, I got Nuggets winning this series comfortably, right? I mean, when you look at it, Russ today had 17 points in 23 minutes of action, 5 for 9, 6 assists, which is very, very good. Against the Grizzlies, had 14 points, closed the game out. Defensively was amazing. 3 rebounds and 4 assists and 2 steals. But then this is where you get the bad Russ, right? This is the lowest minutes he got in a while. He was 2 for 11. He was turning the ball over. Wasn't really doing much and was losing the game for this team, right? So they took him out. But against the Pacers, he had 16, 5, and 4. So it's very up and down, and I think he's going to be the X factor. And hopefully, he proves a lot of people wrong because a lot of people are doubting him. So like I said, you guys are probably going to come in to see who do I have winning this series, right? I got the Denver Nuggets winning in 7. Just when you have the best player in the court and Nikola Jokic, I think that makes a huge factor. Not discrediting this Clippers team at all. They're amazing. I just don't think anybody can really stop Jokic. No one in the NBA can stop Jokic, right? You could continue to throw bodies. I think Zubac is going to get in foul trouble, and then that's when it gets a little streaky and a little scary for the Clippers. And with, the Denver Nuggets having the best 2-man game with Jamal Murray and Jokic where they can close the last 2 minutes, it's just going to help them out for sure. So going to be rolling with the Nuggets in 7, especially with the home court advantage. They're good home. They're good away. Clippers are not really great away. So let me know what you guys think about this. And of course, we're going to be covering the other teams for a playoff preview too. But continue to keep liking and sharing. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I'm out.